Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Creations. If you guys are not already following me, please click the link below and subscribe. Today I am going to be sharing how to move from anxious attachment in relationships and moving from anxious attachment in relationships to secure attachment styles. So if you have not already heard, there are a few different types of attachment styles. The most common one for relationships is anxious attacher and a avoidant attacher. So a lot of times this is from our childhood, from our upbringing, and ways that we learned was a safe way for us to attach in relationships. And this can be really with any types of relationships. It can also be in relation to other types of things, such as pets that we're attached to, things like that. So you'll see it play out in different levels of your life, but all of this is in relation to the energy that you feel within yourself and the attachment that you have to something. That can be a person, place, or thing. And really what this whole video is for is to allow you guys more peace of mind, allow you to be able to securely sit back, rest, and relax. Life is meant to be enjoyed, right? We're meant to experience this life and have abundance within ourselves so that we can experience that on the outside. So everything starts within. And when you're looking at the outside reality for external validation or for a confirmation of your reality is really going to be what's from inside. And that 3D projection happens after the fact. So how you feel inside, you're going to slowly see that start to play out over your life. So as you work on healing yourself and growing yourself and securely detaching and securely being attached to people, places, and things, this is all going to help shift your outer reality. The number one thing is to work on your inner reality. So what I'm going to discuss today is how you're going to be able to work through some of those things to no longer be attached to people, places, and things. There's a lot of things that we attach ourselves to growing up. You know, maybe it's a place that we used to live, a city. It could be something that was traumatizing that happened to us, and we're so attached to that memory, and that maybe it was a hurtful thing that happened. And because we are so attached to that, and we're trying to hold on to that, and we're trying to understand it, and we're trying to see why maybe this played out in our life, or maybe we don't know why, right? We need to do a little bit of research on that and understand that for ourselves. But the goal essentially is to pretty much live your life in a secure environment where you feel safe within yourself, and that happens within first. So as I mentioned, like take for example avoidant attachment and anxious attachment. Now I am not a psychiatrist or work in psychology or anything like that. I would not, do any type of diagnosing of any sort. So I'm not here for that. That's not what my videos are for. Mine are simply different perspectives and different views that you can use that are going to help you be able to work this out in your life if this applies to you. It might be similar to my story. So as I mentioned, with anxious attachment style, say for example, you have a blanket when you were a little kid, okay, and you cannot let that blanket go, and you're getting older, and your mom, if you're a parent, you have a kid that's like, hey, we need to let this go, right? We need to move on and let this go. And sometimes for kids and even adults in different situations, it's hard to let go of those things, right? We hold memories with that. We have, maybe it comforted us in different ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. We want to feel comforted. We want to have those things. But when we're overly attached to something, that's when we give too much of ourselves away to that thing, right? Person, place, or thing. And that is just an example. Now, if it's in relationships, it's tied to a person, maybe they're not texting you back. Well, you do not have any control over whether it is they're interested, whether it is they're busy, right? You have to understand your position and where you are, and that this person is welcoming you and allowing you into their life, into their space, into their world. And so in order to have a secure attachment to that, it really takes coming back to yourself, taking a step back instead of trying to go forward. And it does take time. It takes really a change in consciousness to understand these things, to be able to see the different perspectives and to see how attached you are to something. If you text somebody and you're anxiously waiting for their reply, that's you in your chasing energy. That's you saying, where's my reply back? Give me something back. Now, of course, if it's something that you need to know right away, maybe just give them a phone ring, right? And talk to them. But if it's something where, you know, it's dating or it's family relationships and things like that, we all, I think, need to learn a better way, in a sense of taking a step back and understanding that we are in their life for a reason, and they're going to allow us into their life just like we allow them into our lives, and how close we allow them to be with us and how much we desire to be with them. So these attachments that we have to people, places, and things, these can be very strongly rooted, right? They can come from childhood. They can even go back further than childhood. There's many times where people are attached to a certain place because their family resided there. And if they're okay with that and they want to stay there, then that's great. That's their choice. But essentially, people who have a hard time letting go, I think that this video can really help in that sense, because you want to understand that it's an optional thing to have this in your life. It's not forced. It's not, doesn't have to be this way. There is an alternate way. And if that's what you desire, then I would highly recommend looking up any attachment styles that fit you and looking at your life in the perspective of your reality that you have right now, and ask yourself if this is important for you to work on. I would say a lot of us don't realize that we are attached to things, right? This could even be habits that we're attached to, addictions, the list goes on. There's many different types of things. But for attachments, the main thing is understanding that, when we're in that chasing energy, we're really causing the other side to flee from us, to go away from us, essentially, because we're trying to chase it. It's like, imagine you chasing a dog. The dog is going to run. Instead of you calling the dog and attracting the dog to you, or if you're training the dog and giving the dog treats and whatnot, right? So essentially, that is what we want to work on. And I will be sharing more videos of this, how to work on secure attachments. The main thing you need to do is just take a step back. Ask yourself, am I waiting on their reply? Am I going out of my way to make sure that my day lines up with this person? Am I going above and beyond something that I don't need to do? I'm people pleasing. I'm so attached to this thing that I have such a tight grip on it that I don't just allow it to be what it wants to be. I'm trying to control it. I'm trying to force it. I'm trying to make it be something that I think it should be, right? And that's a lot of times where we get caught in the fact that we're trying to force something to happen. If you look around and admire Earth and the reality that we live in, everything flows and grows and it does its natural thing. Imagine it kind of like you know, just nature. Nature does its thing, okay? We have no control over it. If it rains today and you just washed your car yesterday, okay, it rained today, right? You're not so attached to the fact that you want it to be sunny because X, Y, and Z. You're not attached to the fact that someone isn't texting you back. You have a higher worth than that. You don't need to chase that person's energy, okay? You just allow them to come to you. And that's where you set boundaries, and that's where you understand your attachment styles, and that's where you can work on bettering yourself and developing yourself into emotional intelligence that's going to keep you in a state of natural flow. Your body, your energy has a natural state of flow. And when you're all locked up and you're attached to certain things and you're holding on to things and you're gripping life like as hard as you can, that doesn't allow for nature to take its course. It doesn't allow for certain opportunities or different creative endeavors and different creativities to come about, right? If you're constantly like, why are they not texting me back? But you're not thinking of maybe what are they doing? Are they busy? Are you busy? You find something else to do, right? You take your mind off of it. Go for a walk. Create something, right? Read a book. Watch a movie if that's your thing. Do something, take a bath, do something for you that is going to bring your energy, instead of your energy going out, it's going to bring your energy back to the source, which is you. And that's one of the beautiful things about energy and working with the 3D reality, working with energy sources and attachments. When we have attachments to things, we have expectations. And I really truly think one of the main reasons why we're here on earth is to allow for a natural flow, for us to love what's in our life, right? Reciprocate back that love, that energy, that giving, but also for yourself too, right? Like you are here to enjoy your life, to live in abundance, to live happily. And that's honestly a choice. If it's pulling at your energy, if it's straining you and you're so anxiously attached to something, or you're so avoidant of something, you don't want to look at something. We got to flip the script and look at the other side of things. Are we avoidant to certain things? Are we avoidant to our feelings? Are we avoidant to things in life that we need to get done? Our tasks, our duties, our things that make the world go round, that make our life go round. And as we wake up more to this awareness of ourselves and to how energy operates and how it responds to one another, we're going to more easily be able to understand that really it is a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life because it's your choice. It's how you're going to choose to look at things. It's how you're going to attach to things. Are you bringing your energy of love, or are you bringing your energy of, I don't want to deal with this, or this is not enough, I need more, right? Like kind of that beggar giver energy. And we want to make sure that our energy is really matching what it is that we desire. If we desire something in our life, allow it to come in. Don't try to grasp it. Don't try to push it away. Just safely sit within yourself and allow it to come in. So I hope that this helps. I don't go into attachment styles and everything, but I will leave a couple of links and a few tips and things on that. I would do your own research. I always recommend, following your own path. That's exactly what this whole channel is about, is following your own path, awakening to who you are and to what it is that you want. And you're going to have your own timeline as well. If this video found you, if this video resonates for you, it's meant for you. And you were meant to receive it at this moment. And then you will be able to use the information and the knowledge from it and be able to incorporate that into your life. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. I would love to hear from you. Any comments, questions, anything that you guys have for me. I know we are just getting started on this channel, but so excited that you're here. Thank you for watching and subscribing and sharing my information. And until next time, Bye.